What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. There is a saying, with friends like you, who needs enemies? That's a real saying, and hopefully none of you ever have to experience that long term. I've went through that in my life. I'm tired of going through that in my life. I'm too old. I'd rather have enemies outright than people to pretend to be my friend. I actually hate that. I like to declare my enemies very openly if I have the opportunity to do so. Unfortunately enough for you and me, it's kind of hard to pick your family because family, they are dusty particles of many times idiots that most of us wish we never knew, right? And that might not be the case for you. It is definitely the case for me. If I can go back and pick my family members, boy, it would be like a 90% do-over, okay? I have people that I've met in the last 5 years I trust more than people I know in my personal life, like in my family. Some of them I actually have some level of hatred for. Very seldomly do you find a person like this that you're like, I don't know, your son or your daughter or something like that. But this is the case here. Who is it the case with? Wendy Williams' son. Now, Wendy Williams is quite the controversial person herself. Many people hate Wendy Williams. I won't go into that, but we know why. She's not a nice person. Wendy Williams, many brothers feel like she is very evil, to say the least. All right? She's done some very nasty things. And some of you brothers are going to say, well, what I'm talking about, she probably deserves it. I'm not going to get into that. But if there's somebody that should actually treat her nice, it should be, well, her son. It makes sense. If you're going to treat somebody bad, maybe it should be somebody not in your family. But we would never suspect it would be somebody in your family. But this is not the case with Wendy Williams. Her son hates her so much. This kid spent $100,000 of her money. Now, we know she's been going through some health issues, money issues, all of that. This kid, Kevin Hunter Jr., spent $100,000 on Uber Eats, okay? Now, listen to this. When my mom, he says this, when my mom was living down here, as one can imagine, it's not a cheap lifestyle. The courts tried to frame it as if I was making all these charges for my own happiness. My mom has never been a cheap person. So whether her flying back and forth on private planes or even paying for appointments, it was all under One American Express, okay? His mom threw him a birthday party of $120,000. His rent is $80,000. All right? All of this stuff. Now, I don't know if they can do this. So let me just say this, right? If all of this is true, let me tell you this. It's highly unlikely. Who can spend $100,000 on Uber Eats? You got to be a loser. But if this is the case, what kind of young men are we raising in Black America? If this is something that you've allowed to do. And I believe, let me say this, if this is true, this is some of the problems that women have when they inherit a guy like this. Let me tell you something. Let's say she didn't allow it. He's a terrible person, right? If she did allow it, she made him a terrible person. Do you think that this man will ever be the kind of man that can build and do things for women? No. He's spoiled. All right? My granddad was born in 1918. One note he told me, boy, you got to get up and work. You're a man. Okay? You don't take things from your mother. Now, when I was a kid, I got of age. When I started working, them Christmas gifts stopped coming. I was like 19, 20. By that time, you get all the nice stuff when you're 14, 15. By the time you get 21, 22, all you're getting is socks and drawers for Christmas. Congratulations. You're a man now. You get to buy mama and them and all the kids and them Christmas gifts. You don't get no more gifts no more. That's out. You get Bibles, fruit cakes, socks, underwear for the rest of your goddamn life. That's all you do. You get to chip in on making everybody else happy. That's what being a man is about in many cases, okay? Now, a lot of black men today are looking for their own happiness, and I am too, but men we serve. That's what we do. We serve the communities that we're trying to be in or build. We work for those communities. All right? And we are missing men like those. Men-led communities, which actually work, because we have too many men who are being spoiled by their mamas, if this is the case. And then you know what the black women say? Whoa, he's so feminine. Then they have a son do the same thing. Okay? The boy can't do nothing. The boy's a coward. Okay, the boy don't want to get up and work. The boy can't take care of no business. And I'm gonna tell you another reason why. She was taking care of his daddy. His daddy's a sucker. So Kevin Hunter was a buster. Which really, if you really want to know, it really pretty much talks to the fact that she couldn't get nobody because she was so messy. But he was a buster. Okay? No man should ever take the stance of letting a woman take care of you. Never. Never. Oh no. Don't no woman take care of me. Hell no. I'm a man. I like being a man. If God didn't want to make me a man, he wouldn't have put what he put on me. He wouldn't have put the testosterone in me. So no, as much as he did. So no, it's too many of these boys out here. They don't know how to work, don't know how to build, because their mama is successful and whoever else, and they didn't got spoiled and got a stepdaddy and she taking care of them. Stop taking care of these boys like that. That's why they need their man around, because some of these boys is too soft these days. I remember my daddy took me to Watchtowers in 1988. I was living in Watts, and I was there being a little punk, crying. Crying all the time. I don't even know why I was crying. Okay, so basically, I was riding the bike. I rode the bike, and so my dad said, "Get on the bike." I got on the bike, I'm riding, I fell. Fell off the bike on the concrete. I start crying. He said, "What you crying for? Get on the bike before I give you something to cry about." Okay? It wasn't too long that I got my ass back on that bike. I fell again, and I get back on the bike. He taught me something. Okay? Life is hard, life is tough, but you got to get back on there and keep riding. And these boys today ain't learning that. So when they get to a woman is looking for a man like that. A woman is looking for an overcomer. These boys is already spoiled before they get to somebody else. Then y'all blame them, which I can see they do take accountability because they're still men. But damn it, stop making these boys so soft. One thing I hate to see is a crybaby ass man. Can't do nothing, crying all the time. Don't want to do anything. Soft. A loser. Over here crying, big old 6'7" man. I don't know why she won't let me. Shut up, man. I mean, I ain't gonna tell him that he might whoop you up, but shut up. Till you over the computer screen where you can't knock me out. Shut up. Stop making these men so soft. These women, some of the women, stop spoiling these boys. Because then when they go to somebody else, the woman gonna expect them to be able to lead, and you ain't giving them their money. What are you gonna do? He gonna order $100,000 of Uber Eats on his girlfriend phone? She gonna be like, oh, he's soft. Well, he had some help, didn't he? So guys, we think it's your boy, SHADY Jackson. Back at it again. Another episode of Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you. Subscribe the bell. We're out.